Hi, I'm Midge Shoemaker, and today is day 74 of my doing 100 days of YouTube videos and focusing on doing at least two things every day I don't want to do just because I know it'd be good for me. So, yay! Day 74! Yay! For only 26 days to go. Ah! Yay! I'm excited for only 26 days to go. Seriously. Um, so today, of course, I said I was going to teach primary. I did teach primary. I read through the lesson like right before I left for church, and I was trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do. And I had all of these ideas pop into my head for like props, and I'm like, props? I should take little like I don't know, things for the kids to look at, things for the kids to play with. And I was struggling to figure out where stuff was, and I actually found stuff, and I was like, look, I found random things. And I didn't really want to take a whole bunch of stuff to church because I didn't want to lose it. I didn't want the kids to break it. So I was kind of nervous about doing it, especially since I have, oh, I probably should have got it. I might just get it, walk through my house while I'm doing this. That's not very good of me. My little props. Anyway, I have a bunch of stuff that I got, but one of them's kind of filled with sand, and it has, here it is. See, it's has a little mountain on it. And part of the lesson was talking about faith and moving mountains, and so I thought this would be really cool. But it's kind of layered in there with like sand and the different colors, and the top part is like made out of glass. And so I'm like, it's glass, and I don't want anybody. They're 3-year-olds, so I didn't want them to break it, but I wanted them to be able to kind of pass it around at the same time. So I was kind of like, I don't really want to take this to church with me. I don't really want a bunch of 3-year-olds playing with it because I don't really want to break it. But I took it, and of course they loved it, and they didn't want to give it back to me. And I had something else that I was going to use. I had a little egg. I should have just stayed over there. I have all the little props over there that I took with me. I had a rock, which is interesting because years and years ago when I worked at some other job, one of my coworkers back then was they'd built a house. And they went through some project or something where they helped build their own house, but they got it for cheaper based on their funding, and they had to like fill out a bunch of stuff qualification wise and whatever else to get the house to get it built. And so when we went to the open house that she did, she gave everybody these little rocks that had like her last name and the year that the house was built. So I have a little rock, and of course I collect things, I keep things, so I had the rock so I could use it because of course we were talking about building on the rock or the foundation of the Savior and the Savior's gospel. So building on the rock foundation, and of course the faith to move mountains and things like that. And then of course I had when I went to Romania years ago as well, they do eggs. I guess they color eggs. They paint really fancy designs on eggs. And I thought the egg was kind of a cool, I don't know, because it's Easter, representation of Easter, which is also a representation of the Savior's resurrection, which wasn't really part of the lesson, but I thought was really cool because Easter wasn't too long ago. So, I mean, it was last week when we didn't have primary. So, anyway, so I took my little egg, but one of the little girls, she was not happy to be in primary. So I gave her the egg to play with, and then she didn't want to give it back to me. So I wasn't able to really use it as part of the lesson, but she really enjoyed holding on to it. And thankfully I got a wooden egg that was painted because I didn't want to get like a real egg, because they do have it where they actually like just drain the yolks and the egg whites and they dry them out, and it's just the shell, and they paint the shells. And I was like, yeah, that would never survive my suitcase ride home from Romania back to the States. So I'm like, I'm not going to buy something that's going to be broken by the time I get home. So I got the wooden one because that one I knew I wouldn't break. So I didn't mind her playing with that the entire time that we were there. But like I said, the my little mountain thing, I did not want to get broken or lost. So I ended up taking some things and finding some stuff some old jewelry and things that I forgot that I had, that I was like, okay, this worked out really cool. But of course, you know, the lesson went too fast, and then we're like kind of ran out of things for the kids to do. And I was like, oops. So we made, the other sister that was helping to teach the lesson, she made like extra copies of the pictures for the lesson. So all the kids got like 2 pictures that they could color, because we're like, we don't know what else to do except have them just draw more pictures and try to talk to them while they're kind of running around, because they're 3. And I think there was like 7 of them. So I was like, yay, 7 3-year-olds. It was fun though. It was fun, and they were cute, but it's really hard to keep their attention. And of course they all want to play with whatever thing that I got out. So I was like, okay, we're good. So, survived teaching primary, survived taking all of my stuff, and it all came home in one piece, which I'm so happy about. Nothing got broken and nothing got lost, and I got all of my things back, because at one point I wasn't sure I was going to get my egg back from that little girl, because she's like, nope, it's mine and nobody can have it. And of course, as soon as she relinquished it, someone else in the class decided they wanted it, and I was like, of course, everyone else now wants the one thing that's been relinquished. I'm still not entirely sure what's so exciting about a colored egg, but there you go. And it's a wooden egg, so it's just wood shaped like an egg that's just painted. Anyway, but apparently it's very exciting and entertaining to 3-year-olds, so, which I had no idea, but there you go. And then I came home and I just didn't really want to do anything, so I don't even think I went to my 12-step meeting. No, I did. I went to my 12-step meeting because I thought I was leading the meeting, and I had no idea what I was going to lead the meeting on, but I'm like, I'm going to go anyway. And then I got there, and somebody else was actually leading the meeting today, and I was like, oh, I guess I didn't need to come. But I'm glad that I came, because I always get something out of going to my meeting, and it kind of gave me that little extra boost. And then I went to family dinner, of course. And then because I went to my meeting, I'm actually leaving next week, not this week. So they gave me all of the books and the bags and everything to bring home with me, and they're huge and heavy and obnoxious. So I took them to dinner with me, and so I did that. And I went to dinner. Wasn't really keen on doing that either, but I was hungry and I was running out of food. So I was like, yeah, what the heck? I will go there for dinner. And of course, then I got leftovers. I don't normally get leftovers. Sometimes I do, but for whatever reason, Mom and Dad were being very generous, and they were just piling everything in. Instead of doing like the containers they usually send home and then you have to wash them and bring them back, they put everything in like plastic bags. You just throw it away when you're done. I'm like, sweet. So I got leftovers, and it was enough for like it's enough for like 2 or 3 days for lunches for work. And I was like, yes, score. I do not have to make lunch for work tomorrow. So that makes me very happy. Anyway, that's pretty much what I did for today. And not really wanting to do all of those things, but did them all, and I actually felt better because I did. So I am learning that by doing those things, I actually feel better, and so very grateful for that today. And that is all I have for today. So if you like these videos, you can hit like, subscribe, share with someone else if you think they'll like it too. And I hope you have a great day full of gratitude, and maybe find 1 or 2 things to do today that you don't want to do, but you know would be good for you.